What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a Liverpool news video, and I have some very exciting news for you guys because in this video you will get all the details on Liverpool's new expansion, stadium expansion, which will get Anfield to a capacity of 61,000 roaring Liverpool fans. I'm really excited about this, so if you are excited as well, leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here and turn on the bell notification so you never miss the latest news around Liverpool FC. And Liverpool got the green light for their planned expansion of Anfield, with the Liverpool City Council recommending its application. The plan to extend the Anfield Road end part of the stadium by 7,000 additional seats, which basically would take current capacity is 54,000, and it would take Anfield to a 61,000 capacity, and this will go before the planning committee next week, so June the 15th, and the council's head of planning has recommended that the application be granted. The new application, which is a revision of the previously expired permission, was submitted earlier this year, and there has been a delay in the council committee meeting due to the pandemic. So it has happened in all walks of life that because of the pandemic there has been delayed to many things. The revised application includes permission to use the stadium for other team sporting events and to host up to 6 major events per year for up to 5 years, and this is less than the 12 events initially requested. So this basically frees up Liverpool to lend the stadium to NFL games, for example, American football games, and that would be very lucrative because I think Tottenham are doing something similar with their new stadium as well. The cost will be around £60 million, and events would be allowed throughout the year, excluding the month of July, but expected that they would mostly take place in the 6 weeks immediately following the end of the football season. So of course, in the middle of the football season they won't host NFL games, in my opinion. The new plan for the corner of the Anfield Road end and the Kenny Dalglish stand will see an entry section big enough to bring in large items for stages to convert the stadium for concerts and other events. Preparatory work has already begun, and once approved, Liverpool will be looking to press on with the construction process, which will see the new stand initially being built directly behind the current Anfield Road stand. Anfield Road itself will be rerouted around the back of the new stand, and that will be transferred from public land to the club. New pedestrian and cycle routes will be created on the edge of Stanley Park. The expanded stand will be similar in appearance to the main stand, and it will have an increased capacity of 7,000 seats. The new application, if it is approved next week, it will expire in 3 years, but Liverpool expected for the project to be complete in the summer of 2023, so in 2 years, and Liverpool plan to fund the build themselves through existing financial options, and cost is set to be around £60 million. The plan is to keep the current stand open for the entirety of the project to avoid any loss of matchday revenue. Chief Operating Officer Andy Hughes previously said, "It was very complicated for the main stand, what we built around the back and over the top and kept match days running pretty much as they were, and we are pretty confident we can follow the same process for the Anfield Road expansion. We are looking at minimal seat loss on match days, hopefully virtually nothing, and that is very encouraging that Liverpool, even for one season, don't have to reduce the current capacity of Anfield." The new stand would also comprise of tiered seating with 3 floors that will accommodate an extended lower concourse for both sets of fans, a new internal family fan zone that includes concessions and entertainment and hospitality lounges and office space. A concourse for away fans will also be built with flexible segregation to allow for larger ticket allocations for visiting supporters in cup matches. The proposals also discuss highway work that includes a new public square adjacent to Stanley Park that matches the one currently on site in 96th Avenue, and the plan will be to provide pre-match entertainment for attending fans in the same way the area around 96th Avenue currently does, and new trees will be planted to enhance the surrounding area and replace the ones lost as a result of the building developments, while a rerouting of Anfield Road will be integrated to reduce speed and establish a pedestrian priority system. A new pitch floodlighting that match those installed on the main stand in 2016 will also be put in place. So I think this is a very, very big announcement and a very big expansion of Anfield, because we all dreamed of Liverpool one day having 60,000+ fans in the Anfield Stadium, and because the previous capacity was 45,000, and many clubs now in the Premier League have much bigger stadiums than that. My dream is to ultimately have Anfield as big as Old Trafford. I'm not sure if that's possible to build, but 61,000 for the next 5 to 10 years sounds very, very good, sounds very sufficient, and Liverpool's matchday revenue will increase considerably after the new Anfield Road stand will be open. And German football expert Raphael Honigstein has explained why Liverpool were confident to go ahead with the Ibrahima Konate transfer, even though he missed quite a considerable amount of games with injury. But he explained that basically his injury record is a little bit misleading, because he had one really big injury with a relapse of that injury, and also because of a surgery he missed more games, but basically he's still a young player. Liverpool did their due diligence, did their research regarding the injury, and Liverpool still feel that it's more than worth the risk to sign Konate even with his injury record, because he has so much potential and he's still young, so his body can heal, and hopefully he can play a lot of games for Liverpool in the next 5 or 6 years. And the Athletic report that player sales will not be as a significant factor with regards to Liverpool's transfer plans as previously feared. Yes, it will be a contributing factor, but Liverpool don't have to sell a lot of players in order to make transfers. They already have funds available. Further incomings following the £35 million signing of centre-back Ibrahima Konate from Leipzig will be partly influenced by how much Edwards can raise from transfer sales, James Pearce wrote. And he also said Liverpool's sporting director is well known for driving a hard bargain, having commanded bumper fees previously for fringe players who were surplus to requirements like Christian Benteke, Dominic Solanke and Jordan Ibe. However, that task is made more difficult this summer by the ongoing impact of the global pandemic on club's finances. But you know, having the likes of Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Joao Matip returning to full fitness will be a massive boost in of itself, with a full strength Liverpool side. A very, very good prospect for next season when it comes to the Champions League and the Premier League. I think Liverpool will be there or thereabouts at the top of the Premier League table. And Liverpool also celebrate 10 years of Jordan Henderson. What a top class player, an incredible leader and a wonderful man. And many players, many people, many Liverpool fans doubted Henderson in his first 2 years at Liverpool, coming in from Sunderland. But he showed that he is a world-class player who got better and better every year, and he is also a brilliant reader. And Jordan Henderson said, when I joined this club 10 years ago, I would never have imagined the journey we would go on. There have been ups and downs, some incredible moments along the way, which will stay with me for a lifetime. And we have to give credit to Kenny Dalglish, who signed Jordan Henderson in 2011. And he also said the decade would not have been the same without the people of this city of Liverpool, my teammates, the staff that made this club what it is, and the fans that are Liverpool FC's foundation. Thanks for all your support through the good times and the bad. It means everything to me. You will never walk alone. Absolutely brilliant. I absolutely love Jordan Henderson, one of my favorite players at Liverpool, and he will go down as one of the biggest legends of Liverpool Football Club. I don't care what anyone says. Of course, he's not as good as Steven Gerrard, but as a leader, I think he's up there, and he's also one of very few captains who lifted the Champions League trophy. And also, what is incredible is that actually Henderson did something that Steven Gerrard could never do: lift the Champions League and the Premier League trophy. That's not Gerrard's fault, by the way. It's the fault of the team at that time around him. Gerrard was more than good enough to win 5 Premier League titles, never mind 1. But I think Henderson has to go down as a Liverpool legend, even if some Liverpool fans don't appreciate how much it means, how much Henderson means to this current Liverpool team, and how much he contributed to the success of Liverpool. And also, Liverpool, when we signed Marco Grujic, and in his first 2 or 3 years of his career after that, Liverpool considered him as a viable alternative to Gini Wijnaldum in midfield, but we kept loaning him out. We just couldn't give him regular playing time. And now James Pearce writes that Grujic had initially hoped that the departure of Wijnaldum, who is on the brink of completing a move to PSG on a free transfer, would lead to Grujic being given the opportunity to revive his Anfield career on his return. However, with Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, Naby Keita, Curtis Jones, Oxlade-Chamberlain and James Milner, 7 midfielders for competition, it looks like the best option for all parties is Grujic to leave Liverpool. At the age of 25, Grujic's main motivation is to play regularly, and he accepts that's unlikely to be the case if he stays at Liverpool. And don't get me wrong, Grujic is a very good player. Maybe he's on the level of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain or Curtis Jones or James Milner. He's definitely not on the level of Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, who are absolutely world class and first choice midfielders for Liverpool. So I think that's why Grujic can't get into this Liverpool team, because Liverpool just have world-class players in the midfield positions. But the big problem with this list of 7 midfielders is that Naby Keita is very injury prone. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain also had his fair share of injury troubles. Milner is getting on a bit, he's like 35, 36 years old, and he will probably start getting injured more often. And also, all of Fabinho, Henderson and Thiago had big injuries this season, not this summer. So Liverpool have an injury-prone midfield, if you like. So I think we need one more. We need one more midfielder to be signed. According to James Pearce as well, Liverpool will try to sell 9 players, which is absolutely staggering. That's a big number. 9 fringe first-team players are set for sale. Plenty of 10-15 million pound transfers planned. This is what James Pearce said. The belief is that Liverpool can still raise in excess of 60 million pounds from player sales. Harry Wilson, Divock Origi have similar valuations to Marco Grujic. Offers are also expected to come in for Xherdan Shaqiri, who only made 7 starts in all competitions last season. Taiwo Awoniyi, who is valued at around 8 million, could also be moved on, along with Karius, Ojo, Ben Woodburn and Liam Miller. But Liverpool have to be very careful. If we sell too many players, then we will be well short in the midfield area, considering the injury troubles that we had with Naby Keita, with Ox, and also with many of our midfielders. So I think Liverpool have to be very smart how much they sell and also who they buy in the summer transfer window. And Gini Wijnaldum also said something very cryptic. He said, I had to fight with tears in my last game at Liverpool because I myself did not expect that everything would be like this. I still have a lot of emotions because I realized that I've already played the last match for Liverpool. Many fans ask me why I couldn't just go and agree to the contract that was offered by Liverpool, but of course this is not the only point. It's not that simple. Things happen behind the scenes that I can't control because I'm a player. I will explain this after the Euros because now only the national team matters. I want to say that the staff at the training center, club staff, teammates wanted me to stay. I told them more. After that, they fully understood my decision. This is important for me. So basically, Wijnaldum had a very good reason, he's saying, to leave Liverpool. Probably he wasn't offered half the wages that Paris Saint-Germain are offering. But also he was probably maybe not respected enough by the Liverpool owners. I mean, if you if you think about, like, I think Naby Keita was on more wages for the last like 3 years or 2 years at least than Wijnaldum, and Naby Keita is really a fringe player at Liverpool, and Wijnaldum is a regular starter. Maybe Wijnaldum felt he wasn't valued enough. And Jurgen Klopp also said this of Jordan Henderson: it's a great achievement that he has had 10 years at Liverpool, and there is no doubt that he is and forever will be a Liverpool legend. I am really proud of him, Jurgen Klopp said. Our story is very much Henderson's story, and you could see how happy everybody was for him when we won the Premier League, and everybody wanted him to get the trophy and all these kind of things, and the Champions League as well. That's a massive sign from a team. You don't have that a lot, so probably people always respect their captain most of the time, I would say, but respect and love, not a lot of them get. And I think that's brilliant by Jurgen Klopp that he highlighted that. Trent Alexander-Arnold also said his tributes to Jordan Henderson. One of his best qualities of Hendo, knowing when to encourage and knowing when to give it to you and let you know that you need to liven up and wake up. I think many people have heard him over the last year with no fans there on the telly and stuff like that. He's very vocal, someone who leads with his actions and words, someone who is a role model even to this day for me, someone who is inspiring, his story is amazing, and just to see him grow as a player and a person, always seeing him do the right things on and off the pitch is really good to be able to see. He's an extremely talented footballer, first and foremost, but also the engine he has got on him, the intensity he plays at, the desire he has got to win and commit to the game and to the team. He drags the team through games with his energy, and it's just motivating to see him the way he is so up for it, never really growing through the motions, always 100% committed to everything he does, and it's just infectious throughout the team, and that's what a great leader does. And thanks for watching, guys. That's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.